starting another series of Chatting with the Champs, and we're featuring the Century boys track and field team here. Justin Miller, coach for Century, and Brooks Turner, one of our state champions and a record holder as well. Guys, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Justin, another special season for this group, and you guys keep churning out fantastic athletes out of Century High, and it was no different this year with the way your team performed. Describe to me accomplishing yet another state title, and what defines this 2023 group for you?
This group, I'd say, fought harder than other groups I can remember. We knew going into the season what we had to do to get the title done at the end of the year, and we knew that Legacy was super tough. Bismarck had a really good team, and Shan also was pushing through there on the east side in Red River, and we just talked to the guys all season long about ignore the media, ignore this, ignore that, focus on what we have to do because we know we have a talented group. And at the end of the year, we just have to show what we can do. And I was super proud of our guys, and they were able to come into the state meet and perform under pressure and exceed our expectations and come home with the title.
Yeah, Brooks, did you sense that competition, especially here in the BPS system, with the level of competition around town? Did you sense that as far as this season was concerned?
Yeah, we knew it was going to be tough. Legacy, they got all the fast kids, so we knew we just had to bring our A game, and everyone had to chip in a little bit to get it done.
This season, obviously, with the weather and the situations that we had through the spring, it really felt kind of like a sprint to get ready for state. Brooke, tell me about getting ready and going through the flow of the season and getting yourself in shape for the state meet, which felt like it was right around the corner as soon as the season started.
Yeah, it was definitely weird this season with all the weather, kind of a late start to the outdoor season, but I think just putting our trust in our coaches and our plan and the process, I think just focusing on knowing what we have to get done at the end of the season.
You got to mention Brooks here, having a pretty remarkable weekend, especially with the 110 hurdles. That's obviously a special performance that you put together with your time. Justin, what stood out to you most about what Brooks was able to do over the state meet week?
Yeah, it's a busy weekend, going to 3 days now. I mean, it's just a lot more time where you kind of are either sitting around between events because they've spread stuff out, or you just have to have that mental side of things. It was really exciting to see it though, because I know last year we were pretty banged up at state, and to see what he was able to come into this year and do healthy. We knew we had certain thoughts of what he could do, but he's an amazing competitor, and when he came into the state meet, we knew he was ready to go, and you could just see that each race he was just very, very focused on what he needed to do, but at the same time all weekend he was very helpful and encouraging to everybody else on our team. And so, I mean, he knew what he had to do, but yet he knew what we had to do as a team, and that's what you look for in a leader, is someone who's going to do what they need to do, but yet encourage everybody and bring anybody else up, and I thought he did a fantastic job of that, so I'm proud of him.
Brooks, he mentioned the health, coming in, having a healthy senior season and doing what you were able to do. How gratifying is it to show that you had that in you, and obviously breaking a state record in the 110 hurdles and doing what you were able to do that weekend? How gratifying is it to be able to have that opportunity after not having it last year?
Yeah, obviously last year was really tough. I was really disappointed. Couldn't really show everyone what I knew I could do. So this year I knew I just coming back healthy, trying to stay healthy. I just knew I had to leave it all out there, and I think I did that. So.
You're going to NDSU next season, right, for your track events, and transitioning from the Century Patriots to the NDSU Bison. What excites you about that opportunity moving forward, and what you can bring now to the next level at the D1 level of track and field?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just excited to see what I can do. Obviously, to the next level, so competition is going to be a little different. The atmosphere is probably going to be a little different. Got to adjust to the coaching, all that. I'm just excited to see what it's like, and hopefully I can adjust well.
Kind of a macro question and things. We saw so many state records fall over this past week, and the state of track and field here in North Dakota. We pushed it to 3 days over the last couple years now. With track and field being advanced so much further now in this state, and seeing so many records be fallen, what excites you about the future that is being shown here with North Dakota, and the level of competition you're seeing out there when it comes to track and field?
Yeah, I think for the limited amount of season that we have, the performances that our kids are able to put out is just remarkable. I always do wonder what it would be like if we would have a full 13 weeks of actual training outdoors, what our kids could do. But I think in North Dakota, though, in general, our kids are tough, and they understand what they have to do, and they have to train as hard as they can no matter the circumstances. That when they get to that state meet, they always show up and they show what they can do. And I think it's just super exciting to see North Dakota track make it onto that top 25 in several events now nationally. And I think a lot of people kind of look and go, ooh, North Dakota is kind of pumping up in there, and we have, what, 6 weeks of outdoor? And so it's exciting to see that, and it's encouraging to know that. I think that gets kids excited for track in North Dakota, and they want to keep coming up to it now, and we are starting to build. Our numbers are climbing up throughout the state, and they had the most track athletes at this state meet they've ever had before, and I think that bodes well for North Dakota track in general.
Well, I want to congratulate you both on another state title as a team, and I know that you'll be looking back on this for a while. So thank you again for joining me on After the Whistle.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.